Welcome, everyone.
Well, thank you.
Guys,
here we are.
2023.
Yes.
Okay. I'm here with the cast and creators or producers of Transformers EarthSpark. Hello, everyone. How's it going?
Hi. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming and also bringing Terrans or reminding us of Terrans. Speaking of, first question, Ant and Dale, what is it like to get to really work with Terrans? This like Autobot we haven't really gotten to see.
The Terrans, it's a dream come true. I mean, it's like have your car is your best friend, like when you're a real human teenager, and we get to play with the characters who become vehicles, and art is imitating life, and I love it.
And it's so. I mean, Transformers is such a expansive franchise. To be able to play a part in the creation of an entire new faction is really thrilling, and honestly, just such a privilege.
Yeah, and speaking of kind of like a new faction, although I mean like humans are not new, but Benny, you get to really hold down the human fort.
That I do, as mother of the House of Malto.
Yes, I love that. Mother of Terrans and mother of Malto household. What is that experience like?
It's a beautiful chaos. It's a cacophony of foolery and delight with robot children with hormones. That's a fun game.
It's like you're describing my real life.
Yeah, right. Having a kid go through puberty and punch through a wall. And then I have to tell you, get in your room and clean it. Yeah. But it's been a lot of fun, you know, as someone who grew up with the series and to be a part of a whole new lineage, it's just awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're also part of that lineage, just hashtag. Stephanie,
true.
tell me, how do you get into character?
Oh gosh, how do I get into character? I usually just put the mic to my face.
We write to
Too much
Stephanie.
info. Too much info. Trade secrets.
Yes, it's a deep process. You know, hashtag's a wonderful character because she has such a zest and enthusiasm for life, and you know, when I'm well rested these days. I still have that, but that is my genuine self prior to having 3 kids. But yeah, I love being able to be kind of new to the universe, and because these characters are new to the universe, and my character is new to being human and robot, so I'm learning alongside the viewers, and it's a neat experience to be a character that is just like brand new to everything and gets to use that enthusiasm and find the best in anything, that innocence, that excitement, and see the good in the world, because there's always so many angles you can look at every little thing, and I love her perspective, and I love what you guys have written for me to play with. I have a really great time.
Oh, I love that. Speaking of having a great time, I have a great time whenever I hear your voice, Diedrich.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Thank you very
you
much.
voice something in every franchise.
Everything.
I'm trying to. Yeah,
How do you make Mandroid, you know, just new, unique, pull from the vast expanse of your voices?
Well, I have to say these guys made it very easy for me because they gave me a reason. He's not just a bad guy. He's just not just trying to take over the world. He's trying to protect the world, and he believes that he's the only one who really gets it. And that, you know, to be put in that situation and then to have other people perceive you as bad is just it's a great thing to play. There's a lot of room to play in there. I was actually, frankly, surprised that I got it because I tend to, like when I got Batman, it was really to be a funny Batman. It wasn't like Kevin's Batman. It was essentially not hilarious anyway. And Mandroid really has no jokes. I mean, he's dead serious. It really is helpful to the plot of the show that you take him seriously as a threat. And so he can't be seen as funny anywhere through it. So that was fun for me because I never get that opportunity to play really a straight, bad guy. It was fun.
It is a new and different perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of perspectives, how do you guys incorporate these differing perspectives and like what the Transformers are facing in this post-Civil War era? It's a weird thing to say.
We lean on the generational divides between our core cast, right? We've got young human kids in the Terrans who are treated about their same age because they're all brand new, as Stephanie was mentioning. And then we've got Benny's character, who is a generation above that on the human side. And on the bot side, you've got Bumblebee and Optimus and all those. Anyways, so it became very easy for us to naturally bake in a whole cacophony of different points of view because everybody comes from a different background. Our cast list is huge, and it was really easy to figure out like, hey, how would this person think about this scenario, or this character and their background feel about X, Y, or Z, and yeah, it wasn't much of a challenge for us.
No, I think it was a great opportunity to explore even almost real world events of current generations, looking back at situations or past generations created by their situations that have led them to where they are now. And in this case, it's certainly not their war, so they have a very, very different perspective.
Yeah. Now, I believe we have a few episodes left of season 1. What is your favorite dynamic, each of you, to explore in those episodes? Either for your character or if you just heard someone else doing cool things and you're like, get me in there.
Well, before I answer that, I just want to say, if that's okay, about what they were just talking about. As a viewer, this is it's really cool. I am a viewer, not just an actor on the show, because my kids are huge fans of the show. They're the perfect age.
Yeah.
Perfect
And it's
endorsement.
really, it's really cool generationally, like you were speaking of the intergenerational divide. If I want to sound so intelligent. Just like parents and kids can watch together, especially if you were a child of the 80s and grew up watching Transformers, and it's so neat to watch our kids discover it and then see also the lens of history, like the episode where we're making a movie and we've got the old video camera, and that was nostalgic for me just to watch that, and then having to explain to my children, we used to not have cameras on our phones. Like phones used to be in the wall, and there wasn't these are cool conversations that we're having, and I think that's really, oh sorry, I wasn't holding this. I think that's really fun. So just that dynamic itself is fun to explore. And then I've also really enjoyed watching the, now to answer your question.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed watching our family members kind of find their own identities as children, and how they have really, it's such a diverse cast, and I like the way that so many different identities are fluid, because there's like people that, come from two worlds or two, races or two religions or two like that gender binaries or whatever. Everything in it is just like, we aren't all just one thing, and having them, be accepted as they figure it out and go through different iterations. It's a beautiful message, and it's really, it's heartwarming to watch that and watch that with my kids and have those conversations as well. So for me, all of that is really important. And then also to find humor in dark moments has been really a wonderful thing that they're doing too, to keep the heart and the humor going at the same time. Have it be serious in moments and action-packed, and then have those moments where you're just like loving being a family and making fun of each other and that kind of stuff. So I think there's so many good parts of the show.
I love that.
And that's my 17 cents.
Well worth every penny. Do you have a favorite child?
Now you cannot ask me that.
Especially with one sitting here.
You cannot ask me that right now. No.
Now, what are you most excited about right now? Because I'm here.
Right there.
But what are you most excited for fans to see you explore in the next few episodes?
The children finding themselves, because I'm a granddaughter of veterans. And so I did some digging in my own family history and was able to sort of bring that into the character in terms of what it means to go through a war and the aftermath. So much of Transformers is battling, good guys, bad guys, Autobots, Decepticons. But now that all that's over with, who are we without this war? And having to really sit still and discover all of that with all this looming threat and all kinds of stuff. Like, who are we without all of this? And once we figure that out, then we can all come together and fight the bad guy, and it's been awesome to see just all the kids figuring it out. And I think that children from all different walks of life will find a character that they can kind of relate to. Everybody knows a Thrash who's kind of cocky and excited. Everyone knows a Twitch who's sort of the serious one, who's the eldest. She sort of takes that on with, as does Robbie being the firstborn. And the fact that the two of them are able to bond. And then you have Mo and Thrash. Like, each of the kids has their buddy, and then each of the Terrans has sort of a mentor from the old generation that they can learn from. And that's just been so cool to see because we've never seen this side before. We just see bang, bang, got him. So, yeah. And with that, I'm not answering who's my favorite child because I love all my babies. All my babies.
As a mother should, doing the right thing. Diedrich, what can you tell me about Mandroid in the last arc, if you will?
There's just so much in this. There's also spoilers, and so I don't want to. But I will say that the arc pays off in a way that's sublimely interesting, because you become closer to those that you're fighting as you fight them in every way.
Deep.
I'm going to leave you with that,
Very well
because
said.
that's,
Yeah,
I think
like
that's
it.
all I can say.
Food for thought.
That was deep.
Now, Steven directed an episode. Is this correct?
Negative. I don't know
Negative?
how
Why
that
is
got on
IMDb? Lie to
IMDb.
me.
Yeah,
My
I don't
God.
know.
So let's say you were.
Steve Bloom? Was it?
Cabell Jr.
Cables Jr.
Oh.
Yeah, I know it lies to me, but
My
if you were
director's
going to
always been
pitch to him
crispy.
incorporating your world into live action Transformers, what do you imagine?
What would I imagine? I mean, wow, that would be a trip. If any of the characters that either our friends are playing or those who aren't here show up in a different medium, I would be touched. I would be floored. I don't know how I would feel. Definitely excited, but when that day comes, I'll be first in line to buy the ticket.
One would hope they would cop you, but
Right. Hopefully you don't have to buy the ticket.
Man, if you're
At
not
the very
down
least.
bad.
I mean, speaking of that, I mean, we know that currently WJ is on strike, SAG-AFTRA is on strike. Screen Rant supports WJ and SAG-AFTRA, and we would love to hear from whoever would like to speak about it, like why it's important, what you hope changes in the industry, what fans need to know about the content that they love.
I think you can find all of that online really easily. I think we want to really stick to the show. But it is important. We're all on the same page on it, and it is something that I hope people do research on. But I think we're here to talk about the show. Thank you, though, for the question.
You're welcome. So then finally, speaking of the show and its place in Transformers' legacy, if you would like to speak to why you think that it does stand the test of time, Transformers does, and how you hope that this furthers that.
No pressure.
Well, for a start, it has some amazingly strong characters at its core, and its principles are more than just good and bad. It's often about justice, and that theme running through of helping the little guy is in every iteration. And I absolutely love what we do on Transformers EarthSpark, that the little guys are helping the little guys. And, we're showing a whole different side of acceptance. And that's so important in today's day and age, just to develop understandings for different points of view and different ways of thinking.
I love that. Well, thank you guys so much. Can't wait for the last 7 episodes. Is that how much is left? Yeah, of Transformers EarthSpark. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your Comic-Con and that you continue to provide beautiful Terrans and humans and not villains. Have a great day.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you very
us.
much.
Thanks for having
you.
us.